Toad impression is awful. I'm not going to do that anymore. I was thinking about doing it for the whole video, but no. But anyways, just a couple quick little things before we get into the news. First of all, happy Halloween! This is a special spooktacular edition of Bastion Time, but, I mean, not really. There's not really any Halloween news to talk about, but before we get into the news, let's talk about a couple quick things. First of all, the audio, you might know, is a little bit different. I've got a fancy little lapel mic now, so hopefully the audio is a little better for those of you who've been complaining over all these years that it's terrible. You were right, it was terrible, but frankly I didn't care. But now I care a little bit, so anyways, and also this is the last time that we will be shooting any videos in this house that I'm currently at because I'm moving. In fact, I was supposed to be moving as I'm recording this 2 days from now, but the closing on the house is delayed until like a week or two, so I'm not moving just yet, but for all intents and purposes, I'm moving because I don't usually record here anymore, but I think I'm going to start recording at my new house. But anyways, that's enough housekeeping. Let's get on to the news. First of all, something that is a little spooky are these terrifying different interpretations of Pokemon. Look at these things, they're horrifying. I think I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. If you want to look at more of these spooky Pokemon, there is a link down there for you, but I don't necessarily recommend it. Our next story comes from Nintendo, and it's from an interview that they did where some journalists asked them, hey, so we noticed, that with the Switch, you've got this separate controller that's kind of like the Wii U gamepad. Does that mean that the Switch will also provide two different screen experiences? And Nintendo wisely said, no, just one single screen experience for this particular console. Because I think they realized that as cool of an idea as that was for Wii U, it caused a lot of third-party developers to not want to develop for it. They have already developed their version of the game for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, which don't involve a second screen, and now suddenly they're being asked, oh yeah, if you want to put this out on the Wii U, you've suddenly got to do all this extra work to create this whole second screen experience. And I think they're like, no, we don't want to do that. That's extra work. Why would we want to do that? So Nintendo wised up. Just one screen experience. And this also probably explains why Breath of the Wild used to, originally, if you look at the earlier trailers, the gameplay trailers, you used to be able to do things like see a map on the second screen on the gamepad, and then Nintendo at E3 said, well, actually, we've taken that back. Now you just access the map by going into a menu and stuff. So no more second screen experiences for Nintendo. One other additional thing that Nintendo clarified is that the gameplay footage seen in that new special trailer for the Switch, the reveal trailer, is not to be taken literally. That's just a rough estimate, they said, and you should not be taking that as actual footage from a game. They just added that in during post-production. That wasn't actually playing when those actors were looking at those screens. You might wonder why that's the case, why they did it that way. Well, probably because one, they didn't want to show the actors actual footage of games and let them blabbing their mouths, and then two, because it's easier to do it that way. They can control what's actually being played on the screen if they do it themselves rather than allowing some actor to fumble around and whatnot. So anyways, we're not supposed to be taking that stuff literally. Those might not even be actual games coming out, except of course we do know that Breath of the Wild is coming out, and obviously there's going to be a Mario Kart and a new Mario game, so who are they trying to fool? And then also, today, on Halloween, Nintendo is releasing the final DLC for Hyrule Warriors Legends, which includes some pretty awesome stuff. It includes RAVIO from A Link Between Worlds, as well as YUGA from A Link Between Worlds, two of my new favorite characters since I don't even know when. Some pretty awesome stuff, and then rental abilities and stuff. So anyways, that will be a lot of fun. You can download it today. And then our final Halloween story, which again has nothing to do with Halloween, but anyways, is that Nintendo supposedly was thinking of releasing 2 different versions of the Switch. This is a rumor that we heard a long time ago, and apparently they were seriously considering this, but at some point decided, no, let's just simplify the heck out of this. So the original intention was to offer the version that we see now as like the deluxe version, and then apparently they were planning on just offering a version that was the handheld only, that didn't allow it to be a home console. And you might wonder why it is that they decided to nix that idea, and the reason is they really wanted the marketing for this to be extremely clear, because let's face it, Wii U's marketing was not super clear. New Nintendo 3DS marketing, not clear. Nobody understands what these things are, what makes them different from their predecessors. Everybody thinks that the Wii U is just a tablet for the Wii and things like that. So they wanted to make this super clear, so they didn't want to offer 2 different versions and then have people buy the handheld-only version and think they can just plug it into their TV and have it work. No, in order for it to work, it has to go into the dock station thing, so no, there's just going to be one version. But apparently they were seriously considering the whole 2 different version aspect. And that's it for this episode of Nintendo News. I'm just curious, what are you guys dressing up for as Halloween? Let me know in the comments down below, especially if it's going to be something like Nintendo related or whatever. That'd be really cool to know. Yeah, let me know in the comments. See you guys in a couple days for more news. Bye, guys.